calisthenics and how to begin. What is calisthenics? Calisthenics is the ability to move your body weight with your own strength. An example of this would be acrobats, gymnastics, and you see parkour, people who do free running. Calisthenics is, more importantly, is an exercise. If you've been on the internet a while or in the fitness scene, you've more than likely heard of calisthenics and bodyweight exercises. They're the same thing. There's a lot of debate between which is better, calisthenics versus bodyweight. We're not here to address that. Today, I'm going to be telling you why calisthenics is better and why you should be doing it. Now, calisthenics, like I said, because you're moving your own body weight with your own strength, your own weight is going to be the resistance. You're going to need a lot of joint strength and muscle strength. Now, calisthenics is distinct for using multiple joints and engaging multiple different muscle groups at the same time. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, planks, burpees, if you heard of them. These are all forms of bodyweight exercise because you're exercising, but you're not lifting any weights. You're moving your own body freely through the air. Why are calisthenics superior? Well, because like I said, because you're not using any weights, you're moving your own body weight through the air, which means you require no equipment. Which means calisthenics can be done anywhere, at any time. You don't have to buy any weights. You don't have to carry anything around. If you're traveling, you can do it anywhere, anytime, whenever you feel like it. It can make a person very athletic, and actually cardio can even be mixed in with calisthenics. Like I said, burpees, it really helps your cardiovascular system. Point number 2, as to why calisthenics are really good, is that it targets multiple muscles. If you're doing a deadlift, that is mostly your arms, chest, and back. Depending on how you do a pull-up, it can engage your back, your arms, and your core, actually. So pull-ups can give you 6-packs. So one of the greatest things about calisthenics is that it targets multiple muscle groups at the same time. So that way, you get a more overall athletic, toned look that a lot of people, such as myself, want to go for. You know, the Spider-Man physique, the Nightwing physique, as you people say. Another thing it helps with is you have better body control and spatial awareness. Now, of course, by doing calisthenics, it's obvious that you would become closer with your own body, to say. You'll gain better spatial awareness and more body control as to how you can sort of shift and move yourself in sort of what ways. You know, doing a skin the cat or a backhand lever, maybe a pistol squat. It can be used to do multiple things. In fact, I can stretch and bend more now that I've been doing calisthenics this whole time. Who is it for? Who is calisthenics for? Calisthenics is for athletes because of high intensity bodyweight movement. Of course, you see a lot of athletes do lift weights, but calisthenics they're far more helpful to athletes because of the nature of moving their own body around and sort of pushing yourself to the limits. That's why calisthenics is better, because in sports, you're mostly moving your own body weight, or another human's body weight, but you know, it can be for beginners. Beginners, it is really fantastic. If you've never really been into working out or fitness or anything, calisthenics is a great way to get started because, like to my other point, it requires no equipment. It can be done at home, and also it's much easier to sort of perfect your technique when doing it in the comfort of your home. Like I'd say doing push-ups, I'd recommend, rather than someone just sort of getting on the bench. There's a lot of rules to the gym, and a lot of people might not be comfortable with it, so you can just do it at home where nobody's watching, and it's quite easier actually that way. And also for weight loss people, like I mentioned before, a lot of calisthenics exercises, they target multiple muscles. So it is more ideal to have a full body workout when you do calisthenics. The thing is, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're kind of big and you're trying to get lean, a full body workout can be ideal instead of having a push-pull split or a bro split, things like that. Full body is probably more ideal for you if you want to get overall toned Of course, you can get to them, obviously. But the thing is, a lot of people find it better to do a full body workout so they feel just overall, they hit all of the muscles, they really want to shred off the fat from multiple different spots, like the stomach, the arms, and the legs. You can do all sorts of cool moves with calisthenics, but you must start at the beginning. And that's where we're going to how to actually begin calisthenics. For calisthenics, an athlete, you need a strong core, durable shoulders, very strong joints, your ligaments in there, and strong tendons. You really need that explosive twitch fiber. So you're going to be not only getting strong, fast, develop more power, more explosive power, and getting more lean while doing it. That sounds like a pretty good deal, if you ask me. If you're going to master calisthenics, there are a few things you need to do. We're going to go over them. Master the 20. Master the 20 is very important. I tell everyone this. I think even people who don't do exercising realistically should master the 20. 20 is the 20 reps of each of these workouts. So you want to be able to do 20 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 dips, and 20 squats. Be able to do 20 of each of those workouts. This is going to build your foundation, and you need this foundation. We'll get to shoulders. Pike push is ideal for shoulders, but realistically, if you're a beginner, you want to get started with just doing regular push-ups and build up from there. You need to be very flexible. So the other point is stretch daily. I see a lot of people do this, and a lot of people, they have problems in the gym. I've had days where I'm kind of like just off, and then I'll stretch for literally like 5 minutes. I'll run and I feel amazing. It wasn't the run that did it, obviously. It was the stretching. But your lower back, stretching should not be neglected. It needs to be done every single time. I'm not talking about just no warm-ups. You need to be stretching every day. Do not skip. And then thirdly, to develop a strong core, if you want that six-pack abs, but also to help you in your other workouts, you want to build a strong core. So I'm going to say you need to be doing planks. So just to go over again, that's what we're going to do. Master the 20 of each of the workouts. Stretch daily, and I will make a video on flexibility, on where to stretch and how. And thirdly is planks. You want to build that strong core. It cannot be understated enough, or it cannot be overstated, that you need a strong core to do all this stuff. Calisthenics is much more complex than regular weightlifting or any other style of working out, because you need to master the basics before you can move on to the advanced moves. And some of them are crazy, but you want to master the beginning before you move on to the advanced. The more of the basics you can do, the more skills you can do before you become a master. Okay? That is going to be how you get into calisthenics. Alright? If you have a floor where you live, you need to start today. Today, do at least 10 push-ups. So, that is how you get started on calisthenics, alright? Now, always remember to stay flashy.